Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are doing our regular preview of the Thursday night NFL game right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Right now, we're going to take a look at the Thursday night game for Week 6, Indianapolis and Houston. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
All right, thank you, Peter. Let's get another winner, baby.
All right, well, Joe Duffy, let's congratulate you a little bit on your record from last week, because a while back you had 2 straight weeks where you had a great record with us in our videos. Then 2 weeks ago you had a down week. You know, of course, we were honest about it. We talked about it. The week after that, did you bounce back? Yes, 5-1 against the spread in our videos last week in the NFL. You're like the Pats, Joe Duffy.
Yeah, no, it was a good week in the NFL. I went 3-1 with my premium plays. I had as many heartbreaks on Saturday as I've had all the years I've been betting and handicapping, but that's another. But still, a great career. But yeah, we're 3-1 as we file this report because the Monday night game is pending. But a nice day with premium plays.
Well, thanks so much once again for all your winners last week. 5-1 against the spread in the NFL with us for free. All right, Joe Duffy. And again, these are tough lines. Some of the games that you cover, you know, your edges are a little bit bigger than you think your edges are in others. But this game is a tough one. The Thursday night game, right? Indianapolis, Houston, a classic game. It's just tough. I don't know which side you're going to pick here. Houston's a 2.5-point home underdog. The total's 46. And, you know, both Houston and Indy are 4-1 against the spread on the year. Both of them got a cover last week. Both of them were kind of sharp sides, you know. Indianapolis had been a big overtrender. And last week their total went from 45.5 all the way up to 49.5, but then it went significantly under. So now they've proven that they can grind things out on offense and be a defense-oriented team when they have to. We know that Houston's strength is on their defense as well, so I'm not sure which way you'd want to go with the total of 46. I don't know, man. Joe Duffy, what do you think?
Well, I think there's going to be a lot of knee-jerk reaction from the public. They're going to say, oh, wow, the home team's been great this year on Thursday night, so I'm just going to bet the home team. But in reality, as we pointed up last week, there have been quite a few first-year head coaches coaching on the road, and obviously early in the year with Leslie Frazier, Gruden, and Lovie Smith. So in reality, the reason that the home teams have done well, I think, has a lot more to do with some first-year coaches coaching in a very short week and not knowing what to do with it. But that is not the case here with Chuck Pagano. Even a couple years ago, when unfortunately had to take some time off because of health issues, he at least got to study his team. He knew his team. So you have a pretty experienced coach, a guy who knows his team, who's the road team this week. So don't just, if you're going to bet Houston, I can tell you this, don't blindly bet them because they're the home team, and the home team has seemingly done pretty well this year on Thursday nights. But the truth is, it's really tougher for Houston in a short week. Remember, they're off a very emotional game against the Dallas Cowboys. You might want to argue, as far as teams that aren't even in the same conference, that Houston-Dallas is as big of a rivalry that it's going to get because they're in state. And as we know, the Cowboys have really owned the whole state for a long time, and Houston, the little brother, and they lost a very tough game. So coming off of the short week, it's going to be excruciating. Now, I will say this. Anybody who preaches defensive dogs, you do have a better defense as the home dog here, but I'm sorry. In 2014, and Houston also has the better running back, clearly. But keep in mind, Arian Foster, he's a physical running back. He's playing on a short week. He carried the ball 23 times, which isn't an obnoxious number, but he's a physical running back. He's playing on a short week. I'm going to take the much better offense, much better passing game in an era where it is about passing the ball. And I'm going to go with the road favorite and take Indianapolis.
Yeah, exactly. On the short week, Houston's offense has stalled a bit. And, you know, is Arian Foster going to be in top shape? I don't know. But Indianapolis has, you know, Luck, the great passing game, all those targets that he has on offense. So late in the game, if he needs to go to that to get a lead or to extend out a lead, he'll probably have an easier time with it. Although Indianapolis did also play a tough game against Baltimore as well. I mean, that was a grueling game as well.
I agree. But, of course, Houston went into overtime. And, again, emotionally, I think they might be slightly more drained. Not to say that it's, that Indianapolis is coming off an easy game by any stretch of the imagination, but they are a veteran team that's done it before. And was it quite as bad as Houston having the heartbreak in overtime? And as I said, with clearly the best player on Houston's offense being such a physical player, I think that the short week should affect him a little bit more. And even when you mention how both teams are 4-1 against the spread, now I will give that disclaimer. I've said that going back to the Pete Rozelle, his legacy of parity. It still exists in the NFL. Therefore, our margin of cover statistic we weigh not quite as heavily in the NFL as we do some other sports. But you mentioned both teams are 4-1 against the spread, but Houston only by an average of 2.8 points per game, while Indianapolis by an average of 7.4. So in reality, as far as we're concerned, Indianapolis has been the better spread team this year.
And I was told that the Colts were one of the notable sharp sides last week on their spread, -3, -120. So that could wind up being the case here as well. All right, I love the analysis. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, recommending play on Indianapolis, currently -2.5. Thanks so much, Joe.
The SBR Network offers free sports picks and game breakdowns, big money free betting contests year-round, a real-time Vegas-style odds monitoring service, and much more. So come see for yourself. To stay updated on SBR news and promotions, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Google+, and do be sure to subscribe to the Sportsbook Review YouTube channel to catch all our daily sports shows.